here what we had also is again just another drop on mRNA. You're gonna get the volume. Again, just gotta be patient with it. Here's a TSM. TSM continues to trade very well. Again, a usual stock that we normally do not watch because it is a foreign stock. But it's, again, the last couple of days, as we've been mentioning, been trading very well. Also, take a look at the highs and lows of the pre-market, guys. These are very important levels. You can see how great this plays out right at the open. You see this beautiful pop here above the high of the pre-market at that point, goes to the next level, comes right back down to it, and then goes all the way down to the low of the pre-market, finds support around the 78.97. So again, these levels very important at the low of the pre-market and highest of the pre-market. You want to have those down. Here's NKLA, also not the greatest pre-market action, but again, these companies have been very active over the last couple of days as well. Rough start here, a little bit choppy, but then you can see the drop here again, losing this 30.05 where the price action is right now. Actually, also low of the pre-market, very important levels. These lows of the pre-market and these highs of the pre-market are very, very important. You can see that on there. And here we had again trying to get above the VWAP, couldn't hold that. Comes back, retest the low of the pre-market again, and then this time that was also the low of the day. And you can see the beautiful drop here became a beautiful short. We also had a QCOM as well yesterday. Again, not the best trading stock, but yesterday actually did pretty good, guys. Again, rough start here. You do have your level here at a 102, which is your low of your pre-market. Here, guys, I actually marked this down. I'm not sure why I got deleted. I marked this down at the open. This area right on here is important as well. This 103.40. And the reason for that is because you could tell in the pre-market how many times that thing got tested in the pre-market. And also you can see how well that traded into the market open as well. So again, very nice there. And then again, goes back right up to the high of the pre-market here. You can see the hesitation, bit of rejection, back to the moving averages. On the next test that we do that, high of the pre-market, you can see the breakout. Now that's also the high of the day. So again, it's just great how these levels are trading. UPS also very active. Again, this stock doesn't trade as well. You got to be patient with it. Some of the moves don't happen right away. But traded great yesterday. If you were sitting around watching this, again, high of the pre-market. Look how important this is. Goes right to it right before the open. Nice rejection back down to some of these levels we have, 137, 135.70, and then right back to that pre-market high, testing that and breaking out nicely on UPS yesterday. PayPal was brutal yesterday. Look at this crazy pop here. You had to be quick on this one. 1 minute, 2 minute open range breakout above the pre-market highs. And then you get this insane selling pressure right on here. It's a nice push down from there. This was the big moves here, 1 and 2. From there, did not do anything clean after that. So again, very choppy in this area. OSTK, guys, was a monster. Again, very active pre-market action. We knew this one can move quite well. It did that towards the bottom yesterday. If you're patient, all right, if you got excited here and got into early on this drop, this one between the first 5 minutes, you would have paid the price a little bit here, give you a nice deep pullback. But if you're patient waiting for a 5 minute open range breakdown after this pullback for the crack of the low, the closing of the body there, you got an opportunity for a short, then find support. No new low happening here. We talk about that in our classes. After you see the pattern, the signs for pattern change, right? There's no new 5 minute low here, reverses back up to VWAP, and then takes off nicely here into the high of the pre-market. So again, a lot of opportunities yesterday on many of these stocks. AMD was also active, just a bunch of stuff happening there. But let's get to the market post, guys. We have a lot to discuss today there. Tons of earning plays that Norm is going to fill us in on.
Yeah, guys. So last night was, I'm guessing, I don't know this for a fact, but probably the largest reporting of earnings as far as market cap goes in history. It was absolutely unbelievable. As we mentioned yesterday, it was Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, and Facebook. Alphabet, also known as Google. All of them beat top and bottom lines. Everybody is up this morning. Well, 3 of the 4 are up this morning. Everybody but Google is up this morning. Google's down 0.25%. Even though they beat expectations, which, as we've mentioned, analysts are kind of throwing a dart at the wall right now as far as how things are going to do. They had their first revenue decline, I believe, in the history of their company. So that's partly going on what's going on there. Their advertising's been hit. Clients have pulled back. As many of you know, that's the business I used to be in, was advertising. And clients just aren't spending money right now as far as advertising goes for the most part. So They got hit a little bit there. They're only down 0.25%, not too bad. Amazon's up 6, Apple's up 7, Facebook's up 7. So pretty big night last night. I mentioned on Twitter, I think, that kind of people have questioned why in the world are we sitting just a few percent below all-time highs on the SPY. It kind of justifies it. These make up in the 20-ish% range of the entire, what comprises SPY. So kind of makes sense there. I'm a little bit surprised SPY is only up 5.56% this morning. We'll see how that goes. So that having been said, technology is leading the pack as far as sectors go, and then communications right below that. Energy's down this morning, financials down a little bit, and the rest are relatively flatter to up a little bit. Consumer discretionary is up some. Believe it's probably due to Amazon. So anyway, that's where things sit as of today. Should be an interesting Friday. See if it's a sell the news event or if this continues on up. We had personal income, consumer spending, and inflation this morning that came out at 8:30. We've got Chicago PMI at 9:45 and consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. So.
All right, excellent, man. Let's take a look at yesterday. Our member trade of the day goes to Andrija, ADJ. He's actually from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, our backyard here. So congratulations on the member trade of the day. He had a great trade here on UPS. Here's your 1 minute chart. He got in there right as he was making a change in direction above the moving averages. I think Thor also might have taken this trade, or he was speaking about it, might have called it out. Beautiful entry there. Great execution of his partials. He takes one off as soon as we're breaking out of those moving averages. One at the high of the day, and the next one as he's making a brand new high there above the high of the day. So he holds on a little bit for the rest, comes back down slightly, not close to his break even, slightly above that. And then once it gets back up and breaks a new high, takes another partial, and then towards the end of that chart that you can see, he's all out for that trade. So again, amazing trade here on UPS, guys. I believe today's Friday, so Friday the winner will be picked, and we will have that announcement, I believe, on the I think Mike will announce that at the close show.
Yeah.
So he will be.
Yeah. Well, there's no
that.
close show on Friday, but he is going live on Friday to discuss the four
okay.
Four member trades of the day from Monday through Thursday, and then announce the winner. So
yeah. So good luck, guys. Thank you for submitting your trades there. All right, guys. Let's get to our gappers list this morning. Again, we have quite a bit on both sides of the fence here. We might not be able to get through all of them, but let's do the best we can to dissect this list. So I'm gonna remove what we had here from yesterday. I will keep some of the top ones that we've been talking about: Apple, Facebook, Google. Norm, what's the other one? I'm missing one, that big one for earnings.
Apple,
today.
Facebook, Amazon.
Amazon. Here we go. I'm not gonna add Amazon. It's kind of a bit expensive. So is Google. But again, we'll throw it on here for those that do want to watch Amazon. So these four guys obviously moving the markets nicely this morning. Let's take a look at what we have. Let's start with what's gapping down. I see a lot of low flow stocks here. 24 million shares, 14, 2.7, 18. So again, a lot of low flow stocks here this morning. We're probably gonna fly through these if we don't see anything great, like the first one on here. Nothing exciting, guys. Again, pre-market is horrible. Had a great day yesterday. We'll move on from this one here. Again, beautiful pop yesterday. If you were watching this one, didn't have no volume pre-market. It all seemed to have happened right after the open. Possible continuation today, but nothing in the pre-market is telling us anything good here. PRPO, another low flow stocks, also big day yesterday. Not much happening today. But this one does have a little more volume though. 1 million shares traded here. But again, pre-market action not looking clean this morning. EDSA, 2.7 million shares flow. Again, big day yesterday. It's like a low flow day today. Low flow Friday. Another one, the big day yesterday.
All the Twitter heroes that have been posting their massive gains on these, now all these are selling off.
Exactly, guys. It gets scary. Again, this is the smart money here, guys. Nice and early. And they're out, they're in fast, they're out fast. Now things, again, it can run, it can come back up and break these highs. We've seen it happen before, but the likelihood of that is not very high. So we're going to skip on this one. Kodak, KODK has been very active. Yesterday sold off for the most part, giving a nice, beautiful short opportunities here. If you had inventory for short, it looks like we do have today as well. But again, it's in this range now where it's difficult, where it's choppy, where it could be a lot of fake outs. So be careful with this one as well. You already have 1.2 million shares traded. I know this is one. Usually, low flow stocks do not have a catalyst. This one does. And it seems to be again getting it very active this morning. So we'll put it on here because I know there'll be a lot of eyes on this one, and I would love to see what we're going to do today after having a nice red day yesterday. OPK, this one this morning, not a great pre-market action. We do have 303,000 shares traded. We are down 4.1. Daily is horrible too, guys. It's pretty much chopping around here. I'm not seeing anything great on this one right now. CVX, this one pre-market action, not great. Also, very light at the moment. The daily seems a little bit all over the place. Seems might be foreign. I see a lot of gaps in
No,
here.
it's Chevron.
Oh, Chevron. Oh, but these old companies don't trade well.
They,
So,
they they had earnings. Their earnings were,
mhm,
I believe, their loss was wider than expected, but it just
okay.
doesn't trade that great in general.
Yeah, with earnings, it might be the difference maker, but overall, man, these stocks just don't trade well. I do see some pretty good levels here on the daily, though. You know what? We'll give it a benefit of the doubt. Let's put it as a possible. But just be mindful that if you don't see anything clean on this, it's because it's not clean, and you're probably not going to get it because again, they don't trade very well. KNDI has been huge the last couple of days. Had a great pop on Wednesday, great drop on yesterday, and now we're just kind of sitting here seeing what's the next move on this stuff. So again, careful with this one, guys. Again, look at the action yesterday. Pre-market was amazing, had a lot of movement, and also so was the open. If you had shares for short on this one and you caught a good move here, but it gets
Yeah,
scary once this thing starts halting. This thing got halted right here, 5 minutes in. So again, you just
be
want to
careful.
be very, very
A
careful.
lot of a lot of good traders took big hits on this yesterday, Andrew included. So be
Yeah,
careful when you can.
exactly. Yes, yes. Even again, even the experience. This is the problem with these kind of stocks that are lower size flow. I mean, this was only 37 million share, but it was moving like if it was a 1 million shares flow. So even as experienced traders can also get caught in bad situations. And he took a good trade. His trade, all the signals were perfect, but then you get these drops that come out of nowhere. You're not going to get that for the most part on stocks that have a higher float that are not moving with this type of ATR for the day here. So let's look at Gilead, GILD this morning. They have a nice big drop here today, down 3.4, 111,000 shares traded right now. So
Hate
it's been
this
taking a
stock.
bit of a hit the last couple of days, Storm. What's going on with them?
Yeah, they suck. Um, Everybody knows, I think in here, most people know I've got a long-term position in Gilead, and everything that happens is nothing but it's just a disappointment constantly.
Hmm.
Anyway, they had earnings last night. They reported worse than an analyst expected. A little bit of silver lining in that they do expect a significant increase in the second half of the year, but it's trading down this morning. It is a terrible day trading stock.
Hmm.
It's like the kid you have that has all the potential in the world, but won't do anything or put any work into it. That's Gilead.
Yeah. Yeah, again, we had a couple of days where it was nice. Other than that, man, it's not a great trading stock. So I'm gonna put it as a possible. I like the way the spread is right now. The spread's pretty tight compared to what we used to seeing. Only 10 cents. Usually it's a lot worse. So maybe that can get better at the market open. We'll keep an eye on it. Exxon here, XOM. So this one at the moment also down nicely right now. Doesn't trade very well. Again, these Chevron, Exxon are stocks that are not great day trading stocks. We'll throw it on here next to CVX just in case. If things get better, we can take a look at it. I do like the way their daily is sitting right here at this area of support. Are we going to find some support here and bounce back, or are we going to drop? So we'll keep an eye on those. All right, let's see what's gapping up this morning. ACHV is one that we have looked at in the past. Very active. It's not a low flow stock, but it does move like one. So you got to be very careful with this one. It reminds me of a KNDI. Very similar price range and very similar type of action. So right now they're getting a nice pop here, up 80%, guys. So I'm going to put it next to Kodak. Obviously, they are active this morning. Let's put it right on here. Okay, and then let's go down to TSLA. So what's going on with this one here? TLSA, excuse me. So
Yeah, Tesla.
yeah. TLSA, and this one I'm not seeing anything great, guys. So I'm not sure what's causing this. Let's move on from this
Yeah,
one.
well, let me hop in here for a second and
Yeah,
explain what's
please.
going on here because it's actually popping a number of these EV related stocks this morning. Candy's kind of a different beast. It's EV related stock, but it's just been on such a run that I think it's having a little bit of a pullback here. So one of their suppliers, I believe it's a foreign company, I believe, but one of their it's South Korean, LG Kim. They're an battery supplier to Tesla, and they came out and had earnings, or they were talking about the quarter, and they predicted a huge acceleration in third quarter. So that translates to Tesla's going to sell a lot of cars. And
Mm-hmm.
therefore, if you go down the list and you look here, you've got Tesla, Nikola, uh, Plug was on here. I think it's since dropped off unless I just can't
Mm-hmm.
see it. So a lot of these, we've been talking about the EV play, and that's having an impact on that segment right now.
All right, makes sense, guys. I don't like the way this stocks looks at all, guys, but makes sense why we were seeing a lot of these car companies in here this morning. Again, they've been very active.
TLSA. Did
Yeah.
I miss that? Jesus,
Which one?
this is not my morning. It
What
is
did you miss?
TLSA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
TLSA.
talking
Yeah.
about Tesla. It's not Tesla.
Oh, I thought you were talking about these
I
guys
should just
make the
quit now.
batteries for Tesla. I'm
No,
like,
no,
what
no,
kind?
no, no.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, the information
Well,
is still
Tesla,
good, guys. Tesla, it is
that
down here.
information on Tesla is correct, and Tesla is on the gappers down lower, but I got them switched.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yep,
And
yep.
that
We
is
don't.
popping Tesla and the others because there's really no fresh news on Tesla. So I apologize. I
No,
didn't
no, no.
realize which
Hey,
one you were pulling
we
out.
no worries at all, man. So again, TLSA, not Tesla. We will call this one not Tesla. This
Not
was not
Tesla.
looking good.
It's like
Just
Neo, man. They threw me another
ah, there
curveball.
you go, there you go. This one, I almost said Tesla when I first saw it too. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right.
I
APD.
thought, yeah, you've switched the letters a couple of times, and it's not your fault. It's completely mine.
Yeah,
But this is a
yeah,
drug company, and they got a patent on a nasal uh, drug.
gotcha. Let's take a look at APDN coming up here, guys. Good volume right now, 1.5 at the moment. They are a 4.3 million flow stock. So again, I won't be watching this one. We have a lot of those this morning. As you can see here, these yellows are all lower flow stocks. So just be careful with them. Here's pins today. What's going on with them? Very active, like the pre-market action one that I'm seeing here this morning. 6.9. Norm, what's the latest and greatest on this one?
Pins had earnings this morning. They beat and they saw a surge in users. So, the social media stuff has just taken off as everybody's home.
Mm-hmm.
Pins, I think, has the added thing. If you look in the home improvement section and everybody's growing their own vegetables and cooking bread that they've never cooked, they've never cooked a
Mm-hmm.
thing in their life. Pinterest is a perfect fit for people staying at home trying to improve their houses and such. They had a massive surge, and therefore they're up 33.5% this morning.
Excellent. So definitely going to keep an eye on this one, guys. This is very active. Also, be mindful. This is a big move here, guys. So you're going from 26, so you're hitting around 34 or so easily. So again, you got to watch your number of shares on this one. The spread is nice, very tight right here. I'm seeing only about a couple of cents difference, so not bad for pre-market action right now. SRNE is one that I normally do not keep on. Pre-market action right now has 2.6 million. We're up 10% on this one, but I have to say that the daily on this does look pretty nice here. Beautiful breakout here above this 850. Big day yesterday. Let's see how that traded. Again, nice day right off the start. Beautiful trend play here. So hopefully this hit our scanners and someone was able to take an opportunity here. Look at the breaking here of this $8 mark as well, consolidating lovely and just breaking out of that. So if we can get some kind of continuation, this could be nice today. I normally do not keep this one on, but this is a nice big pop. Traded well yesterday. Can we get a good continuation on this one? We'll have to wait and see here. UAA, this one is, I believe, Under Armour. And is this the one that we
Yep.
trade, or is it UA that we trade? Which is the one? Has the
UAA
more
generally, I think.
UAA has the more
Whichever one
volume.
has more volume that day is what I would pick.
Yeah, they're both right at three something. So again, no big difference on either one of these. So UAA right now up 5.2, big pop, giving a lot of it back though. Hit as high as 1375. We're kind of right back down to the highs of yesterday and the day before. Let's take a look at UA. Which one looks better? They're both right on the money as far as trading the same. So we'll keep on UAA here. That could be a good possible. Let's see how that turns out in a few more minutes. All right, guys, we're not going to go through all of this. We have a lot on here. I'm going to look at, talked about Facebook already. We talked about Apple. We have that one. Amazon obviously is going to be in here. Let's look, see if there's anyone that can stick out that we should be taking a look at that we've been watching closely. And KLA traded great yesterday. What do we have going on today? As far as levels, we're bouncing off this previous area of support here, this previous day close from yesterday. Again, pre-market's not looking all that great though. So I'm on the fence on this one. Maybe a good possible for now. Let's see if it gets better later on. We'll add it on here. DKNG, I know this one has been a hot topic. What's going on with it now? It's very choppy pre-market action, guys. We've just been chopping around here the last couple of days. Not much going on
So
there.
they're going to pop.
Yeah,
DKNG is getting a pop because one of their competitors' CEO of FanDuel, came out and said just demand for online gambling is off the charts now that
sports and everything's
sports
back,
has
right?
started again. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, again, right now, not doing all that much, but it does have the potential. We were talking about, I was expecting a bigger pop around this area here. We didn't get it. We actually down that day, we had a huge drop. And then we consolidating here. So we'll see what happens, but we are still holding on to this area of support here. You know what, this could be, I'm going to add this one on here because you're right, Norm. If this thing starts hitting the scanners, turbo breakup, I would love this for a pop, not for a drop, the way it's setting up now. Let's take a quick look at Snap this morning. Is there anything interesting right now? Let's remove some of these levels, clean up this chart a little bit. I like the daily here, guys. We're going up against this 23. Hopefully that could be a nice breakup. But again, just no volume whatsoever. For Snap, you need a lot more than 100,000. You need probably 500,000 for it to be somewhat in play. That could change at the open, but I'm not seeing anything great on it here. Norm, what do you like besides what we have already?
We've got plenty. I've still got my eyes on Roku. They report earnings, I believe, next Wednesday. So it's been in this consolidation range. It might not break out until then, but I've still got my eye on it in case it does.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
a lot of these, I've seen a lot of these growth stocks that have started to break out in anticipation of earnings, and I'm going to see if maybe Roku starts to do that all right as
gotcha. Yeah,
well.
Roku's daily, man. Let's just look at it. It's just been bouncing this 150 and this 155. This area has been it's just kind of stress testing between these levels here, man. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week when that breaks out. So, all right, let's go over to the chat. Let's see what you guys like this morning. DKNG, we do have on here again a possible breakout if it gets going. UAL is a spready. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah,
Yeah, it
you got
was like
about
20
15.
cents.
Yeah,
It's usually not like that, so kind of
yeah,
surprising. I anticipate that spread tightens during the market. It's a NYSE stock, so it
yeah.
won't get
Not.
super big. You know, it won't get
Mhm.
too good until the market starts.
Yeah, and actually for a
Market
nicey
opens.
stock, what we're getting right now is actually really good for this stock. It should get better at the open, but we'll see. QCOM, let's take a look at that. What do we have going on here? So QCOM at the moment, again, big day yesterday. Not much going on pre-market right now. Volume seems to start to be coming in now at the moment. Could be a good continuation play yesterday. This was nice the way it broke out of this highs and lows from the pre-market. At the moment, I'm not seeing anything great though. We can add it here as a possible continuation. Not sure that we'll keep it on there. I think I missed one. EA. Let's take a look at EA. Yeah, EA, not much going on here. I do see what you're looking at, the daily possible breakout here, but unless they have some news in Catalyst or releasing of some game or whatever the case may be, it's usually not the
They had
best trading
earnings last
stock.
night.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm not seeing anything great as
they had
far as
positive earnings,
volume.
but the pre-market's terrible right now.
Yeah.
So
So again, we'll see, guys. If it hits the scanners, we can tune into it. But right now, it's just completely dead. Is it going to have to juice at the open to break out of this or create a good opportunity towards the downside? I don't see it just now. All right, let's do a few more, guys. Take a look at BA. BA's daily looks amazing here. We're kind of hitting some areas of support here for the last two trading days. This will be Wednesday and Thursday, but the pre-market not looking all that great. We had a great trading day. When was it? Was it yesterday or the day before? I believe it was the day before. Yeah, day before, man. This drop here, and I remember this. Brian took an amazing trade here, amazing short. He saw the weakness here as it was losing its moving averages. So Yesterday did not trade so all that well. I don't expect today anything uh, great neither. So I'm gonna put this on the side for now. Pins we have Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. What is it doing now? Tesla consolidating, not doing much pre-market right now, not doing much over the last couple of days. All right, let's take a look at what we have on Facebook here. I'm sorry, YouTube. MTSI. We looked at this before and it wasn't great. And let's look how it traded yesterday. And it didn't trade great yesterday neither. At the open was very choppy here. You did get a nice breakout eventually. But again, this was not a. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stock. This is the other stock that's haunting us now.
Did you pull a norm?
I did pull a norm.
Don't do
Let's
that,
look at
man.
MTSI. All right. Okay. All right. That's what we got here. So MTSI, guys. Oh, yes, it's actually worse than what I was looking at. So again, just look how this thing traded yesterday, guys. I don't think this is a great trading stock. Very light on the volume. Yesterday, you had a 2 million shares traded, and again, when you trade that type of volume the entire day, it's not going to be good. So let's skip on this one. JM. JMIA, this one here, what do we have right now? Not a
Crash.
great pre-market action. And we have seen this trade in the past. It's horrible. Doesn't trade very clean. SONN. This one's active at the moment. We got 10 million shares traded. But again, what kind of flow do we have going on for this one here? Yeah, lower flow stock, biotech company. I'm just gonna pass on this one, guys, especially on a nice Friday like this one. All right, guys. SQ, last one on here. SQ is very quiet. Only
Pins is leaving the station without
oh, it
me.
is okay. We might have to stop the show here so Norm and I can go trade. I actually this wow, this looks great, man. Let's hope it doesn't get too
It's
extended here.
beautiful. Yeah.
This pre-market
Oh
action
well.
is amazing. We do have
It's
some
part of doing this show is you kind of miss these moves pre-market.
yes.
That's all right.
But yeah, beautiful pre-market action, guys. Here, please be careful. Again, it is not a low flow stock, I believe, right? It is sitting a little higher, but it is
No,
moving
it's not low float.
very aggressive today. So just be mindful of that, right? The ATR today is pretty decent. It's not 1.2 right now. It's moving a lot more than that. So be mindful of that. All right, guys. Let's take a look at our announcements, and we'll come back and do some support and resistance of what we have here.
All right, guys. Jared had his option trading success webinar on Wednesday. Should be up in the Education Center. Next week, Hiltzy is going to be talking about trading a single strategy. He's been trading, I believe, nothing but his break of high of day strategy in July. He's going to be talking about that, especially we talk about new traders focusing on one thing, becoming really good at it. All you need is one strategy. I mean, to really be successful. So he's had a good success rate. So he'll be talking about that next Wednesday. Should be very interesting. Mike's module two is up in the Psychology Center, and then on Tuesday, 8 p.m. in the webinar room, Dr. Katz will be talking about improving discipline, probably the absolute number one most important thing of becoming a successful trader. So catch him next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Member trade of the day. There is no trade of the day today. Here are the rules for it on the screen. And since we've got so many gappers, I won't read them out. I will go through it on Monday, and you guys can submit trades again. You can still submit trades today. There just won't be a winner. But do check out later today on YouTube. Mike will be announcing the trade of the week, and that winner will get a $100 Amazon gift card because apparently they need more revenue. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, like to give it a try, you can do so for just 1 week. Doesn't auto renew or turn into anything else. It's $24 instead of the usual $39. Use the promo code premarket24. It's 7 calendar days in the room, 5 trading days unless there's a holiday. Includes Carlos's live 8 p.m. onboarding class every Monday night. This is coming to a close, guys. Most likely our last 40% off discount on lifetime memberships. So that's coming to a close. It's the end of the month. And so this will not be here Monday. Use the promo code Rockies40 to get 40% off a lifetime membership. There is no markets close show today because it's Friday, but look out for Mike's announcement of the trade of the week.
All right, thank you, Norm. All right, guys, let's get to our list over here. Let's start dissecting what we have. So first, I'm going to go through the top ones here: Apple, Facebook, and Google. I'm not going to watch Google. Obviously, I'm going to take this one off, but just have it there so you guys know this one is hot. Obviously, Amazon as well. Facebook, I am going to keep an eye on, and so I will on Apple. Also, nice big pop for them yesterday. Great volume, great pre-market action. Looking forward to see what's going to happen there. Pins is just incredible right now. We do have shares for short as well, so possible opportunities both ways here as it continues to get extended. So just be careful, guys. A lot of times, we try to time the top, and when something's strong, you that might not work out too well. So don't fight the trend, don't fight what's happening, don't fight what the market is telling you. Be mindful of that. SRNE, I have it on here again. I like how it broke out of this 850. Not a typical stock that I like. Volume is great. I'm going to keep it on here for now. We'll do some levels for it, but might not make our final list. UAA continues to drop nicely here. Again, we'll have to see how this is going to open up. Went as high as 1375, at least on Wix. You could kind of say it went to 1330. And looks like it wants to go back to that previous day close line, get back into range here. So again, good volume on it. Let's see what happens there. Roku is a possible. We're going to move this down over here. Again, Roku, we're looking for a breakout. We might not get this today. It is Friday. Volume tends to be a little bit lighter. But again, with all the hot stuff we had going on last night, we might get something today. More volume than usual. Gilead, I actually do. Again, this is a tough trading stock, but I like what I'm seeing on the daily and also the pre-market this morning. The daily's a nice little drop here. We're kind of holding on to some areas of support that we had from the post hours yesterday. So again, something about it that I like here. I'm going to keep it on there. But if you don't see it doing well, just avoid it because it is a horrible intraday trading stock. We had a couple of days this year that have been great. Today could be one of them. CVX and Exxon are going to be possible down here, guys, because again, they're active today. They're both nice, dropping nicely. But again, they're not usually good trading stocks. NKLA, I'm going to remove as a possible. I don't like the pre-market right now. DKNG is a great one, but you know what? We need this one to get better. We need it to hit our scanners with a lot more volume, a lot more movement. QCOM, I'm going to keep as a possible because we do have a great opportunity here for a continuation play, long or short. So let's see how this is going to develop. It might be choppy the first 15, 20 minutes. Once it settles down, let's see if it can pick a direction. And then we have Kodak here for a possible drop, but I do not have shares for short, so I'm going to take it off. And ACHV also, you know what? I'm not going to look at these stocks today. I think this is a low flow as well. Let's remove this one. Let's focus on the stuff we have here. All right, let's start with Apple. High of the pre-market right now, being tested several times at 413.97. We do have a beautiful drop here around 406 is your low of your pre-market. And then below that, you have 399. Are we sitting on all-time high on Apple now? I believe we are. Yes, we are. So that's going to create some movement for us as well. So towards the bottom, guys, you can have your 399, and then below that, highs and lows from the last two trading days. Let's see if Apple is going to hold this pre-market low at the moment. Here's Facebook. Great action right now. Facebook 1 million shares traded. Your high of your pre-market at 252, 251.99 to be exact. Your low is sitting at 247. You do have this one area here this week on this one date here that goes up to 250.04. I'm going to mark that down because that's a great rejection on this day. Opened up, hits that rejection and slams down right through the 247 that we have. This is a major resistance level that cannot be supported. You can see how many times this thing was tested there. And then below that, guys, you got this one level here, 244. Plenty of days opening, closing, and hitting that with the wicks here at 244.76. Let's head down to pins. So pins at the moment, again, pre-market action is incredible. I think Norma might have just turned off the mic and went to trade this thing. 35.35 high of the pre-market right now. Towards the bottom, what do we have here? Let's go back. I think we saw some action going back to August of last year. So right in here, guys, high of the pre-market sitting at 36.78. Very choppy daily here, guys. This is an easy level to spot. The 35.35 is our high of the pre-market. So you can see that's also was tested here, at least opening and closing. Got a couple of wicks here. Now here it starts getting a little bit more difficult. But if you look just a little bit closely, you do have here at 33, you have an area where you have several wicks hitting this 33.09. And then down here, this is a little more clear because you do have the bounces here at 31.59. So let's put that on there. In our pre-market right now, look at the levels we just added on here based on this this time frame, look how great that's been trading pre-market right now. Again, these are big moves, right? We're going from 31 to 33, from 33 to 35. So these are some really nice moves Pence is putting in right now with some pretty good range. So we got some good stuff there. If we lose this 31.59, we do have obviously the next area, in the most recent area of support, prior resistance, 27.76. Not sure we're going to get there. This thing looks very strong, but let's see if it doesn't get too extended before we get a chance to get on this one. 35.36, 35% up right now. SRNE, again, typically we don't put this one on deck, but I love the breakout of 850 here. Does it have the juice to continue heading higher here? 993 high of the pre-market, the low of the pre-market sitting at 869. Let's head on back here a couple of days. We did have this 993, which is your high of your pre-market. Last time we tested this, we actually opened up here. We had a good pre-market action. And then look at the drop off this level. So are we going to break through this, or are we going to have the same resistance coming up at 993? We should find out in a couple of minutes. Not a typical stock that I watch. I might move this down to a possible, opposed to keeping it here on a main watch list. In the pre-market, you do have a great level here, guys, in the 5-minute chart at 939. You see a great area of resistance breakout, and then that breakout now turns this into support. This is 8 o'clock. This was probably just one of those block trades being transacted here and being recorded. I don't think the price action might have done that. Who knows? But overall, this 939, you can see the gray area of resistance and now support here in the last couple of minutes. A beautiful breakout towards that 993. UAL bouncing back. It did hit the previous day close. Again, this thing popped up nicely here, but right back down to that previous day close. We're getting some buying pressure now. Highs and lows for the last two trading days got you cover around the price action. Your pre-market high 1371, and your low here, your pre-market low at the moment, the low of the last two trading days. So let me see if we have anything in between here. Again, look at that the high for yesterday, also an area of great resistance here. So that's a good level being tested there a couple of times. We do have one here over at 1252, and then one over here at 1309, slightly above the price action now. So we'll see. Again, I love the pre-market here, guys. Right now, the spread is a little wild. It was better earlier. Right now, it's sitting at almost 19 cents. That's quite a bit. Let's see how things get towards the market open. Here's
It's a
Gilead.
lot for an $11
Oh,
stock.
it's horrible. It's horrible, horrible. So that's got to get a lot better there. Here's Gilead, guys. Again, normally this is not a great intraday trading stock, but I like the drop here today. I wonder if that's going to cause any kind of movement for us one way or the other. High of the pre-market 70, 18. The low is sitting slightly above this area here at a 69.66. I'm going to mark this down there. But I also have 69.57. That was the low of the after hours yesterday. On here is also an area of resistance and support when we had March. March was when we had these crazy moves on Gilead. There was a couple of days in here that traded very well. So let's see what we get today. If we lose this area here, the next level of support that I'm seeing here is going to be down over at 68, and then some other ones down here at a great area of resistance and support at 67.44. All right, that is what we have, guys. Roku, again, this is we have me and Norm are watching this one closely as a possible for a breakout. I don't think it'll happen today, but we'll see. Here we have CVS is
Can you scroll up on the gap up scanner real quick?
yeah, sure,
We've
absolutely.
got some people asking for it. It just got seriously long today.
Yeah, it's very long today, guys. So here it is, the gap of scanners. Also, remember, guys, if you are in our chat room, you do have the entire list of all the scanners. If you hit our tab there, it has my name on it. Hit our tab, go to BBT scanners instead of my name, and then you can see the entire scanners that we have, including this. And we have this the whole page. You can see everything. All right, guys. I think this is what we have. I think we have a pretty good list. Let's see what our moderators are watching today. Let's start here with Andrew on his list. AMD, Facebook, pins is incredible right now. APDN and ACHV. Down to Peter, he's watching Facebook pins, AMD, Apple, Ford. Let's look at Ford. What is Ford up to this morning? So taking a look at Ford here. Again, not a whole lot going on right now, but did they have
Had
earnings?
earnings last night.
Last
Yeah.
night. Yeah. So possible earning play on Ford there. All right, so he's watching that one at Expedia, XEXPE, EA, and SONN. Thor has Apple, pins, Facebook, and AMD, Microsoft. Mike has Apple, Facebook, pins. I think we all have pins today. Eamon also has pin, Facebook, APDN,
Gotta have
SRNE.
pins.
Yeah, it's insane right now. Apple, he's watching silver as well. John likes Apple and Facebook. Tiffany likes Facebook, pins AMD and Apple as a secondary this morning. So again, we have a lot of stuff here. Eamon, don't copy Andrew's list. Andrew put that message out for you there in case you missed it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the pre-market show, guys. We appreciate you guys spending the morning with us preparing for our trading day. It is Friday, so that means you have to be extra careful because you cannot make up your discipline tomorrow. You don't want to be thinking about this entire weekend that you were not disciplined in your trading today. So trade well, be patient, wait for the setup. Know that today things tend to be a little more funky when it comes to volume. That does not mean you have to stop trading, but just be more patient. It takes a little bit longer for things to set up. So be mindful of that. Have a great trading day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys again at 8:30 on Monday.
Take care, guys. Trade safe and have a great weekend.